Hello and welcome back to Academic Technology at Pillar College. We're continuing our Moodle tutorial and we'll start showing you how to set up a course in Moodle. In most cases, a course shell will be provided for you, which is just an empty course. After you log in, you'll be able to see that course listed. So you can log in using your username and password that you've been given. After you log in, you'll come back to this main course page. And we scroll down below the announcements, and you'll see a list of the courses. Whatever course you are scheduled to teach, you should be able to just click on that link and go into that course. Or, assuming that you are already added to the course as the faculty instructor, you can click on My Courses, and any course you're scheduled to teach will appear in this list. So we'll do the tutorial based on a digital photography course. A blank course, a new course shell, will basically just look like this. It's a list of dates with nothing in them. And you will be able to edit these dates and put assignments and labels and messages and all sorts of things in here. The first thing we'll do is add a label to a course. A label is basically just a little bit of text that can inform the students of something. Can be as simple as welcome to the course and as complex as instructions for an assignment or whatever you need. To do this, we'll turn editing on. Right now, nothing can be changed, but if we click on this link for turn editing on, or scroll down into the administration block, and you'll see turn editing on here as well under course administration. Either link will work. When you turn editing on, you'll see far more options. So under each date, you'll see add an activity or a resource, and you'll also see up top here, outside of all the dates, on top of everything, add an activity or resource. This top space is very useful for general course information, course announcements or the syllabus or anything else you like. Under each section of the course, you'll see an eyeball. This actually makes that part of the course visible or invisible to students. If you see the eyeball, then students can see that. If you don't, then students will not be able to see it. It will be hidden. So if students are complaining that they can't see part of the page, check and make sure that that's enabled. But we'll create a short announcement here. We'll give an announcement welcoming students to our course. So right up at the top in this general section, we'll click on add an activity or a resource. We have lots of different options here. We'll scroll down into resources and choose label. And we get a little description here of what the label actually does. Help is available here if you need it, and we'll click on Add. And to add a label, we just type in the text that we desire. Welcome to the digital photography course. Now you can edit this text just like you would edit things in other web forms or even Microsoft Word. You can make the text bold, italics, you can choose headings and lists. You can create anchors to different links. If you want a link to an external website, you can put them in here. An image, video, or other multimedia. And if you want more options, those of you who are a bit more tech savvy, you can click on this button over here to expand and give more options. You can underline, superscript and subscript, different formatting options, indenting, and more useful to some of you would be this HTML option. This actually shows you and lets you edit the actual HTML that will appear on the page. So if you know some basic HTML, you'll be able to make changes there as well. That's useful for embedding HTML5, video files and multimedia, that sort of thing. But in general, you won't need any of these things. You can leave that alone. It's just the option is there if you want it. So we'll just say, welcome to the digital photography course. When you scroll down, the only settings here are show or hide. Now I'm going to choose hide just for now, just to show what it does. And when we say save and return to the course, we will actually see this message. Now the formatting is off because we're in editing mode, but you can see it's all grayed out. If we choose the edit button here and say show, then it's not grayed out anymore. If we hide the text, then you'll be able to see it as the faculty member, as the instructor, but the students won't be able to see it. When you show it, then students will be able to see it. Now to see what students will see, we can do a couple things. Either we can turn editing off and we'll see the page without all those editing options, Or we can scroll down here and say switch role, and we'll switch role to a student role. And now we'll see exactly what the students see. Now we had unhidden this, so we're showing this, and the students will actually see the text there. And you can see the formatting is better because we don't have all those edit buttons. And when we're done looking at this, inspecting it, we can say return to my normal role, and this returns you to your teacher role. So that's the basics of editing. The other functions for editing this course are very much the same, and we'll walk through some of the more common edits. But once you get the hang of doing this, even some of these simple tasks, then the rest of it becomes very simple as well. All the editing is pretty much the same as this. So in the next section, we'll talk about uploading a file to the course.